And I'm going to say words I don't say very often. It's time to go to Baltimore. Nothing against you, Baltimore. I just hate I-95 that much. But there's the opposite of hate. There's love. And here on the Mafia Minute, we love the Buffalo Bills. That's what we're here for, Bills Mafia. I am Magnum Mills here with Jamie G. This is the Mafia Minute presented by C's Again Fantasy Football. Thanks for checking out our show. You can find us wherever you get your pods and on YouTube. Find us on social media at C's Again FF and on the web at MafiaMinute.com. Very easy to remember, just like the flaps. Follow, like, and please subscribe. If you had fun, please remember the thumb. Jamie G, that's it, man. You had the big victory against the Jaguars on Monday night, but you got to compartmentalize that, put it away, tuck it down right because it's on to Baltimore. You ready for this one?
I was born ready for these moments. I'm so excited. And I know Bills Mafia is fired up for this one. Bills are hot, 3-0, but Mills is right. We had a big win on Monday Night Football. It was enjoyable. It looked easy. It was relaxed. We didn't have to stress or sweat. I think it's going to be different this Sunday night. We got to be prepared emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, every possible way to make sure we do what we got to do as fans to help get this dub.
Bust out those lucky socks, do whatever you want to do. Hopefully that includes the laundry. It's nice if cleaning the clothing and the articles is part of the ritual. That helps. Just a word of advice. Not a ton of news here for the Bills on parade, but we do have a little bit, most of it good. Probably no surprise here. Josh Allen was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 3. Pretty good job. He won the award in only one half of work. Everyone else played an entire game working for it. He won the award only really playing a half. So that's actually very awesome and pretty awesome too. Jamie G, a little bit ago, there was a big thing. Oh, Josh Allen, he's overrated. There was that little player poll or whatever. Just for the record, right now, according to the DraftKings Sportsbook, Josh Allen is plus 225 to be the NFL MVP. So if you bet $100, you bring back 325. Right now, those are the shortest odds. Mahomes is next at plus 300. So you read that right. Maybe he's overrated, but right now, the people who make money betting money on being in the know think that Josh Allen is the leading candidate for the NFL MVP. So that cannot be
He's
a
a
bad
thousand
thing.
percent not overrated. And whoever said that's an absolute asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
We're surrounded by him over here. That's how it works. Let's move into the injury report for week 4. Ravens have a bunch of players listed as questionable, notably linebacker Roquan Smith, guard Andrew Voorhees, defensive tackle Michael Pierce, and center Tyler Linbaum. I would expect most of these guys to wind up suiting up, but we don't really know for sure because it is the Sunday night game. So if you're doing anything in fantasy or whatever, you have any of these guys, make sure you check for an updated injury report before then. Jamie G, what does the Buffalo Bills injury report look like headed into this Sunday night tilt?
It's a lot of the usual suspects here. I mean, linebacker Terrell Bernard has already been ruled out. No surprise there. One that we were hopeful for, that there might have been a chance that he snuck in and played, was cornerbacker Teron Johnson. He is out as well. And beat reporter Joe Buscaglia, he reported earlier that he did catch up with Taron Johnson. Said, Taron said that he broke the forearm in week 1. It was not a clean break, more of a crack. Typically a 4 to 6 week return for most players. Johnson's hopeful he can return week 5 for the Texans game, but it's not sure at this point. The Bills, again, have not put him on IR, so you're telling me there's a chance. In addition, Mills, backup offensive tackle Tylen Grable, who had a really good preseason. He's been downgraded from doubtful to out. He's been placed on IR with an abdominal injury. Tough news there for him. And then backup corner Kyer Elam is questionable. He got in the game in mop-up duty against Jacksonville on Monday night. Performed pretty well. Almost had a good break on the ball. Almost had a pick, but he's questionable playing this one as well.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That brings us to week 4 and the tail of the tape. Ring the bell. This is 2024 week 4 Sunday night football. The Bills are traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium Sunday, September 29th, 2024. Watch at 9:20 p.m. kickoff time on NBC and Peacock. The Buffalo Bills are 2.5-point road dogs, plus 110 on the money line, while the Baltimore Ravens are 2.5-point favorites at home, minus 130 on the money line. The game total is 46.5 points. This one will be a little bit on the cooler side with temperatures in the low 60. You've got some light winds between 5 and 10 miles an hour. You have about a 60% chance of occasional rain showers throughout the game. So just something to keep an eye on here. Shouldn't be a torrential downpour or anything, but just going to have some intermittent showers and a little bit of a wet field situation going on. Jamie G, are you surprised that the Bills are 2.5-point dogs after that big victory against the Jags?
It's fine. I like it this way. I like when the Bills are being counted out and no one thinks anything about them and they're kind of flying under the radar a little bit. Should they be 2-point dogs? Probably not. They dominated last week. They're 3-0. I think they've looked like the best team in football. But look, man, people love Baltimore. Baltimore's at home. It's fine. We'll be road dogs. That's okay. We were road dogs in Miami too.
Yeah, it moved around a little bit preseason. The Ravens, I believe, were a 3-point favorite. Went down to open up this week, I think, at Bills -1, and then kind of jumped up pretty quick here. So we'll see. Wouldn't surprise me to see it close at more like 1.5. That brings us to our game preview, which we will lead off by knowing our keys. You know my keys. Jamie G, we need your keys to victory for week 4. How are the Bills going to get it done on Sunday Night Football?
Number one, we have got to stop the run. There have been times when the Bills have played Derrick Henry where he's gone nuts and we've struggled to beat those Titan teams. There's been other times where they've been able to contain him. If the Bills want to win, they have got to stop the run. That is absolutely critical to their ability to win this game, is to stop the run. Henry ran wild in Dallas, and I think a lot of people think maybe Baltimore found a little bit of an identity on offense in that game. We do not want to see that repeated. So number one, stop the run. Number two, equally as important, we got to continue to protect Josh, and this offensive line needs to win again. They were dominant, and I mean dominant with a capital D, double D even, against Jacksonville. Josh had zero pressure. It was like, no one was even near him. It was incredible. They have got to give him similar protection and time, and also win if we decide to attack him rushing the football. So protect Josh, key here to victory, and offensive line just as a whole just continue to dominate. And then last but not least, this is going to be the toughest challenge I think the Bills have faced all season, the best team they're going to go up against so far. We need to not beat ourselves. Don't make the big mistake. Really limit that. Protect the football. Don't beat ourselves. And I think that those three things will lead us to victory this week in Baltimore on Sunday Night Football. Go Bills.
Spoken like someone who's been to Baltimore, although usually it's more protect your neck and not necessarily just protect the football. But again, you got to be careful. A lot of Interstate 95 bandits in the area. Next up, we've got a little bit of predictions here because we got Jamie G coming in hot. We like to do this Buffalo Wing style, so he's got 3 predictions. He's got a mild for us, and nothing too crazy. A medium, a nice solid middle-of-the-road prediction, and then finally a hot one coming in with a hot prediction, a hot take to finish up. Jamie G, give us your prediction, starting off with the mild guy.
I'll tell you, even mild's a little bit spicy this week, baby. For my mild prediction, I got Josh Allen throwing for 1+ tutties. That's basically 2, right? 2 touchdowns here, 1+ touchdowns for Josh Allen's going to have another big day. My medium is, Mills, something pretty incredible happened last week. Khalil Shakir tied an NFL record for consecutive passes caught on target. So hasn't dropped, hasn't missed a pass, 27 in a row. Ties a record held by can't guard Mike down in New Orleans back in the Drew Brees days of playing. Point being, I think he gets over 30 this week, 30 targets in a row that result in passes, in completions. I think he gets there this week. And my hot take, Mills, is spicy, baby. This is hot. All right, this is hot. The Bills will limit Derrick Henry to under 50 yards, and the Bills come out victorious, baby. It's a 2-for-1er. It's a double hot. Henry under 50, and the Bills win.
Well, let's be honest, and that's not much of a surprise. I'm pretty sure you were probably going to pick the Bills to win, but he's jumping ahead here. We're not quite to the final score prediction yet. Anything else on the matchup here before we move on?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Baltimore plays Buffalo and defends the Bills' offense. If they want to get into zone or man-to-man, I think the Bills will have answers. It'll be really interesting to see. I really like some pieces on Baltimore's defense, particularly at the interior of the line. The linebackers are good, and then Kyle Hamilton, I think, is an emerging superstar at safety. So their physical defense, it's going to be interesting to see how they play them, if they do anything differently, and how the Bills can attack them. Outside of that, I think it's just I'm going to go to the big uglies, man. Who wins, right? Is it the offensive line of the Bills? Is it the defensive line of the Bills? That's where we need to see the most. And I think this is a really good challenge for the Bills on the road. There could be some weather. Baltimore's not an easy place to play. This is a good football team, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they handle Baltimore's defense, how they handle Buffalo's offense, and then also what the Bills do to limit the big play from Lamar and Derrick Henry.
Sounds like you're cautiously optimistic, so keep that in mind as we head into our Bills bets. We are each going to get down a wager and give you one single game parlay to help you profit while watching the Bills game. On the season, we are both 2 for 3 on our wagers. I'm up about $50. Jamie G is up about $37, and we've hit 1 of 3 of our tripods, our 3-leg single game parlays, so up about 900 Bills bucks there. We are doing well. We are feeling it. Jamie G, I'm going back to the well here with mine. Not really a big surprise. Give me James Cook over 75.5 rushing plus receiving yards. That's minus 110. So if you're putting down 100 Bills bucks, you're bringing home about 191. Good week's work, good night work watching the game if you can get it, right? You're paying for a fair number of those double hot wings right there. Jamie G, what's your Bills bet for week 4?
I love my guy, JA17 forever. I got Josh Allen, 2+ touchdowns, plus 110. I think he gets it done. I don't know who the hell they're going to go to. It could be one of 10 players on the Bills offense, but I think he throws for 2+ touchdowns. It's plus 110 odds. Throw 100 Bino Renos on that, and you'll have a nice afternoon.
Okay, not really a surprise there. We do know of your infatuation with Mr. Allen, as his attorneys have made very clear with the Halo order and all of that. Now it is on to our tripod, our 3-leg single game parlay. We're getting the odds on these from Draftkings. Jamie G, here's what we've got. First leg, Dalton Kincaid over 3.5 receptions. That bad boy's minus 135 on its own. We've got my wager there. James Cook over 75.5 rushing and receiving yards combined, minus 110 on its own. And finally, we're going to show a little bit of faith in that Bills defense for our third leg. We've got Lamar Jackson over half an interception, so he's got to throw at least one interception. That's plus 105. You put those 3 legs together, you've got a very strong tripod. It's going to hold up a lot and pay out at plus 600. So 100 Bills bucks brings you back 700. And now you're ready to buy at least maybe what do you buy tables in, a gross? I don't know the correct domination of buying tables, but when you go to Costco, the 20 pack, that you can buy that and bring it to tailgating. Very popular if you're the one with all the extra tables.
You will be a fan favorite. We'll see you in Hammerlot over there.
And unfortunately, because the Bills are playing on Sunday Night Football, as we record this, we do not have DraftKings pricing again. So not quite as easy this week as it was last week. Last week, it seemed like an easy button. I would say probably go ahead and stick with Josh Allen and at your captain. Maybe keep riding the James Cook, Khalil Shakir train. Does sound like it'll be a good week for Dawson Kincaid. On the other side of the ball, if you want to get creeper, if he's priced cheap, you think the Bills are going to get up, maybe go after Justice Hill. And there's always the random Nelson Aguilar touchdown people hate. So just a couple thoughts there. Good luck. Make sure you check back on that. But pricing is not out as we record this on Thursday. So good luck to you in all of your endeavors this week. Jamie G, we have one final order of business before we get out of here. We need your final score prediction. We already know you think the Bills are going to win, but what's the score going to be?
Man, it is going to be a tight one. I know I've been preaching tight the last couple of weeks, but I've got Baltimore 20, Buffalo 24. Let's go. Go Bills. Get this victory.
I would love to know how many times he has picked 24. He really likes that number. He's on the key numbers. He likes the 24. He likes the 27. We hope you've liked the Mafia Minute. We'll be back next week to break down the results of the game. Hopefully it's a happy one. We have gone through all 20 of the tables we bought at Costco. They're all just laying in pieces on the ground. We will clean them up when we're done because that's how we roll on the Mafia Minute, presented by Season Gap Fantasy Football. Thanks again for checking out the show. Find us wherever you get your pods, on the YouTube, on social media at Season Basic App FF, on the interwebs at MafiaMinute.com. Very easy to remember, just like those flaps. Follow, like, and please subscribe. You've come this far, you must have fun, so you must hit the thumb. Jamie G, get everybody excited for this Sunday night football tilt in Baltimore, and you might be there, right? I don't know if you're selling autographs or handing them out or what you're doing. Maybe if you can hand out autograph tables, you will be a very popular person, even if you are in opposing territory.
If you see your boy Jamie G. Esquire the fifth there, I will be wearing this hat. That is certain. I will be at this game in Baltimore. I'm looking forward to hanging out with the rest of Bills Mafia. Let's do a Mafia takeover. Let's make this a home game, baby. But this is it. This is it, Bills Mafia. This is a big-time challenge. We got to go on the road. Sunday night football, hostile environment against a tough team. We got to pack our defense. We got to pack our run game. And we got to be there to show up for our team. Let's get this win. Go Bills.
Seen all summer. Seen all spring.